So you wrote an article about a couple actually, on immersive content on the
Yep.
Vision Pro. Sparked because we finally have more immersive video. So Apple put out a selection of immersive videos when the Vision Pro launched. There was one about Highwire, there was an Alicia Keys video, there was a dinosaur video, and there was like this sizzle reel video of like lots of different types of things that you could watch in an immersive environment.
Right.
A lot of these things said like episode 1,
Yeah.
but there have been no more episodes in
Yeah.
these shows.
No, Apple hasn't released any more immersive content since the launch of Vision Pro.
And so then Apple announced that there was going to be we knew about this a while ago, actually. It was referenced in a press release about...
And an MLS,
the MLS.
season pass referenced the fact that they were doing a highlight reel in immersive video for the 2023
season.
MLS Cup.
The MLS Cup, yes, which is like... Is that a separate thing to the season? Like it's like the playoffs?
It's the postseason. It's the playoffs.
Okay, it's the playoffs. Okay, cool. So we knew this, and then they announced it was coming. Oh, great! Here it is, going to come out. And then we found out it was a 5-minute highlight package of the MLS season,
or of the playoffs
of the playoffs. I'm sorry, the cup, the MLS Cup. Mm-hmm. You ask a bunch of questions in your article that I'd like to talk about with you. First being, why did it take 3 months to produce a highlight package?
Yeah,
which is a great question.
More than 3 months to do a 5-minute highlight package
because they obviously have had the cameras throughout the entire thing. So, like, is this how long this content takes? Was it not a priority?
MLS
Cup
final was like December 10th or something like that, and they didn't even get it ready for the season opener.
Yep.
So what's the holdup? And why have we not seen any other immersive videos? So the MLS Cup took 100 days, and there have been no other releases. Even though we've seen clips in the sizzle reel, none of those have been released too.
Yep. You and I've heard a couple of people mention that the video is just not good. You didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to make a judgment and not know and not have talked to anybody else about it, and just you got to be out on your own. And that was the case with me when I watched that immersive video. I watched it and I thought, oh, this is bad. And I was laughing because today I got Stratechery and Ben Thompson wrote about the sizzle reel, and I'm like, oh boy, what does Ben think? And Ben was like, this is bad. And I'm like, yeah, all right, it's not just me. It's bad. It's bad, Mike. It's a bad choice.
I watched it too.
It's bad. And why is it bad? I think is very instructive. I think it's really instructive. It is edited like a regular video highlight reel. Mm-hmm. It's lots of quick cuts. It's 5 minutes long, first off. Lots of quick cuts. It actually shows all of the potential of immersive video and fails at all of it.
Yeah.
The moment that blew me away is there's a moment where you're watching somebody move toward the goal with the ball, and it's like you're on the sideline and you're seeing the artistry of the detailed technical skill of these soccer players that you don't see from far off.
Yeah.
It's actually harder on TV. And so your eyes are watching the ball maybe, and then it cuts to a different angle. And you've only been there for a few seconds, but it cuts to a different angle. And where the ball and the player were is now some dude with an all-access pass standing on the sideline at the behind the goal watching the action. And I'm like, why am I watching this dude? So my point is, every time you make a cut, you have to reorient. And it takes seconds, right? Because now you're in a new place and you got to look around. And like, you missed the goals in the highlight reel. You missed the goals because they've cut from the side view to the behind the goal view, which is a better view of the actual goal. But in doing so, you missed the goal because they cut and didn't give you enough time to reorient. And this is the lesson that I'm very grateful that this video was released in this way, because it's a lesson that I've learned. I had hoped that they would have learned this while they were working on it, but that didn't happen. That I have learned the lesson, which is immersive video takes time. You can't quick cut immersive video. The whole idea is immersion. So like, I love that shot behind the goal. I love the shot from the sideline. I love the shot from the field before the game where you're looking at a full stadium and fireworks are going off in the sky. I love the shot of the jacked up supporters in the stands with their wacky signs
And when
they're
pulling
shouting
the big banner up over them, right? That just looks
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, which is the what is it? The Columbus fans put "Hell is real" on a banner, which is there's a whole story about the "Hell is real" sign. You can look it up. It is each individual shot is like oh yeah, this is what it's good for. But at no point in the video did I feel like I was at the event. Instead, I was constantly discombobulated. So great for me in that I got to learn about what not to do in immersive video, and great that I have now discovered that other people feel the same way. It's like but it squandered the opportunity completely, which is you got to take your time. And the other videos that Apple has released, the high wire and all that, they take the time. That's the difference, is they take the time. And you settle in, and now you're there, and that's the magic of it. So I don't want I don't want a highlight reel. I want to be courtside. I want to settle in and feel the excitement. And the occasional cut, of course, the Alicia Keys video is a great example. It cuts occasionally, but if it cut like a music video, it would be unwatchable. Because every time they cut, you're looking at the wrong thing. And then you got to look around and see where everything is. And like part of the glory of immersive video is that you're seated in a spot and you can look around and you can explore what's around you and your surroundings, and you become immersed in it. And you can never do that when there's a quick cut. So one, it's not very good. Two, why'd it take so long? And three, is there nobody at Apple who looked at this video and said, oh no, this is bad, actually? And maybe they did, and maybe the fact is the way it was shot, they can't go back to the MLS Cup playoffs. They can't. The footage they've got is the footage they've got. Maybe there was a technical reason why they couldn't really do something, but I assumed that MLS Cup final would be a 15-minute long kind of like immersion into the final, and it was actually like 2 minutes of the 5-minute video with a bunch of quick cuts. It's like, it's just a mistake. Maybe they were forced into a corner with some technical issues. I don't know, but I don't really want to make excuses for them. And so I don't know what's going on with Apple Immersive Video. It's a problem, right? They have no content, and their latest release suggests a misunderstanding of what it's good at.
Like the video shows the promise. Like there are
100%.
so many parts of it where I'm like, this looks great.
There's a moment that it takes your breath away, and then it's gone, right?
But and
you don't get to spend time in it.
Yeah, and it's not, like there's that sizzle reel, which is fun because it's showing the promise of the sizzle reel, but I don't need to keep being shown promise.
Right.
Right? Like I've already seen what football can look like because it was in the sizzle reel. They had a shot, right? So like I don't need this particularly. Oh, like this would be fine if there was already more, right? Like if they had released another 10 videos, this would be like, okay, this one maybe wasn't great, but it's cool. I got to see some fun shots of the football.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
It still would be broken, and you'd be like, this is not how you do sports.
But we wouldn't be so
video.
like, we wouldn't be talking about it specifically, I don't think.
But we're desperate for content.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been any, and this is what they got. So it's that double whammy of they haven't had any content, and then the first thing they release is not good. It's just, I mean, it's funny too, because I really expected my reaction to be, oh, okay, either dazzled or like, oh, interesting. There are things that work about it and there are things that don't. I did not expect at all to watch 5 minutes of it and think, oh, this is just bad. Like, just bad. That's my short review of it is Quick Cuts is the wrong format for this. And while it's not unwatchable, it's not good. It shows everything that's the promise and fails to deliver on all of the promise. It couldn't have done a better job of delineating what's the promise of sports immersive video and how not to do it.
I don't think I am as harsh on it as you or Ben Thompson, but I completely understand where you're coming from, right? But like for me, I do see it. It was like I watched it and was like, this looks good. I am enjoying what I'm seeing, but can see that there is absolutely not enough of it, and it's just the wrong format. And so what my assumption is, the people that put this together, they are used to making that format.
Sports 2D 16:9 HD sports highlight reels. Yeah. It feels like that. It feels exactly like that. That this is not a demo of immersive video. It's a highlight reel that happens to be an immersive video.
And
Which
like,
is a classic mistake, right? It is the new medium mistake. It's like saying, "Hey, television was invented, so let's record stage plays with television cameras." It's like, no.
you've
That's not
missed
what
the
television is for.
And like to again, like just to underscore what you were saying at the start, like you say you've got like a 3 or 4 second clip, and there's something catches your eye to the left, and you look at it and you want to see what's going on, but then the clip changes. Now,
It's gone.
if you're watching on something on a screen, that's fine because you're just following along with whatever the director is showing you at this moment.
And your
But in
field
the
of view
Vision
encompasses
Pro-
the entire image, right?
Yeah. But in the Vision Pro, you've moved your head. Like, you're looking in the wrong direction from what's happening now.
Looking at
That's
that guy
the problem.
standing on the sidelines instead of the goal, because that's where the cut has left me.
Yeah. But the when it was good, though, like, I thought it was real good. Like, watching goals in that scenario is fantastic. Seeing the reactions, like there's
The
this one where
speed.
you see the goalkeeper kind of slam his hands on the ground. You see the guy who just scored looking back at him with a smile on his face. Like, this is real good. I need more of this part, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that is the contrast, and that's why I think it's so fascinating. Is I think that as a package, it blows it, but the individual elements are amazing, right? Like it is strangely a video that makes me desperately want more immersive sports video, and at the same time, I think it's a failure.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean? I mean, it means they did this one wrong, but boy, this is going to be great when they figure it out. They just, and I'm a little frustrated that they hadn't figured it out. Like, I don't know who watched this. And again, I don't know the backstory. I don't know who could watch this and say, no, this is how it should look in immersive video. And again, the backstory may be they had to get it out. There were technical problems. They were very limited in what they could do. If it's a choice, it was just desperately the wrong creative choice. But it may be that there are complications here and that they're well aware of the limitations of this and on to the next one. But like the individual moments, like you mentioned the goals are amazing. The sideline view, the artistry, this is what I always feel about soccer is that, and I feel this way about baseball too, is like they reward closer viewing. When you are an in-depth fan, like I think one of the reasons the NFL is popular is that the NFL is great on its surface. It's very exciting. It also rewards closer viewing if you understand how the game is being played at a high level. But if you don't understand it, it's just fun to watch it. Soccer is sort of fun to watch, but if you go into the details, it's amazing. And like pitching and hitting in baseball and the confrontation between the pitcher and the catcher, or not the catcher, the pitcher and the catcher are fighting against the batter. And the batter's trying to guess and they're trying to outwit the batter. And if you dial into that level of the game and can see it, which TV does really well, and it's much harder when you're in the upper deck, baseball can be really magical. Well, soccer, my point here is, unless you're at the event or you're watching real closely or in immersive video, you're right on the sideline, every foot placement, every body move that these soccer players do in order to get advantage on the defender, in order to move the ball into a position where they can put it somewhere else, the passes, the shots, just like the more of that you see from close up, it's really amazing, right? And that's in there. It's just so fleeting. And honestly, the fans, I'll say it again, the fans, the atmosphere, they have the Columbus Stadium, they have the LA Stadium, they have the stadium in Seattle, packed. You're in a stadium, you're on the field in a stadium full of screaming fans, and then you see the fans, like, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, like, none of it is enough. Like every shot is individually brilliant and there's not enough of any of it. Plus I miss the goals because I'm looking somewhere else. And that's just a mistake. Like you can't do it. Like I had to back up, which breaks the immersion. And then okay, I need to be looking over here in this shot, even though that's not what I want to look at. So I can see where that, the goal scorer is coming from. It's like, you just can't do that.
No good.
It's no good.